Hey YouTube, JW. Got another edition of New Arrivals for you guys today. I got quite an assortment here for you guys. This video might get a little long. I got about 13 of them, so let's get started. First, we'll go through the newer model knives, ones that I intend to carry. I got a Victorinox Pioneer Alox I picked up for 20 bucks. It's been used a little bit. It's got some marks on the Alox scales. The main blade was a little bit scuffed up. I hit it on the hard stone a little bit and then stropped it and brought it back, and it's pretty sharp. Really like the Alox models. Been wanting to get a black one. I think the price on this new is like a little over 30, so it's a pretty good price. I like to buy my carry knives used, but you know, still in good condition, just a little bit used, and you get a break on the price, and it just seems like I'm more inclined to actually use them and not be afraid to get them a little scratched up, maybe, rather than if I buy them new in the package. I'm afraid to get a scratch on it, you know. So I like to buy them used. Really like the Alox, which very, very popular knife. I'd like to get a green one too. I got this SOG fielder. And just a note, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you can see these knives as they come in. SOG fielder, budget folder knife. One thing that I noticed about this is I don't see the camouflage, the digital camo anymore. I see them at Walmart forever, and then I thought, well, I want to try this out for a budget knife, and I went to look and I didn't see the camouflage scales anymore. All I see is either black or wood. So I don't know but I think I paid about 20 for this too, maybe a little bit under that. And I have carried it, and you know, I see a lot of these for sale used. I think people just kind of impulse buy them at Walmart and then carry them for a little bit and sell it. You know, it's okay. It's tip down only carry, which I don't really like. But, you know, like I said, it had been used a little bit. But overall, I could say maybe in the price range that it's in, honestly, with it being made in China, I mean, if you buy knives at Walmart and you want to pick one up maybe in a clam pack, I guess. But, I mean, you could buy a Ganzo knife or something like that for probably less money. That's a much better knife, so. I think it's a little bit overpriced, honestly. It's a heavy knife. I mean, it'll work for a budget EDC. Was in Home Depot, my wife, and I see everybody with these, and you know, I like to just have, I'm a knife fanatic, so I had to get this button knife, button open Milwaukee. I think it was very cheap. I mean, $15, I think, maybe $10. I don't remember, but I switched it to tip up carry, and you know, for a liner lock, and then it has that button open to it, so you can use it one-handed, and you know, it's intended for contractors, utility people. Put it on your belt and use it for for a knife. So for the price of what this is, I think it's worth it. Another one here that I really like. It's the Ganzo G7 27M CA. And it is a camouflage, almost like a gray with a dark navy, black type digi camo, similar to maybe what you would find on a paramilitary, maybe Spyderco, a military version. And basically what you've got here is a Ontario Rat 1 with an axis lock. Tip up out of the box, G10 scales, and you have this great axis lock here. Blade centering is a little off, but you know, my Rat 1 and 2 are both off the same, so it's the same, similar. The knife is a little bit different. The way the blade sits in here is different than a Rat 1. It looks pretty much the same. The blade is the same length, same size as a Rat 1. But, you know, it's rock solid. No play at all. $20 shipped, USA seller on eBay. The handle is actually a little bit smaller than a Rat 1. I don't have my Rat 1 and 2 out here anymore to compare it, but I don't want to go into too much detail on this. I may do an individual video on this. I like it so much. So basically you have a Rat 1 knife with an axis lock. I think they really hit a home run. For $20, I mean, come on. This was just kind of a cheap, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Rabbit brand. Paid about $10 for this. I just kind of have a thing about camouflage knives. It is a flipper, and it has a nice stone wash blade to it. You know, thin handle scales, thin material, but it is pretty ergonomic. Tip up. It is sharp. Yeah, for $10 it's okay. I'll just put it in the package and I'm not going to carry it. Let's see. I think that's it for the newer ones. I got this Valor Panographic. It just cut me. You know, out of all the knife videos I've ever done, and handling all the knives in all my videos, I've never been cut once until now. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just a little nick. Yeah, you play around with blades, you're going to get cut. I just was screwing around and that little tip come out there, and it's pretty sharp. But I made an individual video on this, the Panographic Valor blade. Pretty cool. I just thought I would show it again because it came in during that time frame and I haven't added it into. Push that. It's like a Smith & Wesson Power Glide. It's an old design, German design. A lot of people call it a paratrooper knife. Most people think they were used by the Germans and the Nazis in World War II, but they actually really were not. But it is a German design from that era. They were just never fielded. A real nice Parker, Japan. Fingerprint magnet. Scrimshaw smooth bone. Frost Japan. I really like Frost Japan and Parker knives from the 80s especially, because they have so many different types of knives, different names and boxes, and it's just cool to collect because there's so many of them. This is a really nice example. I don't have the box on it, but it's about mint condition. I got another Frost here from the 80s in the box with the wrapper. This is the kind of wrapper that Frost used on their knives. It's called the Tomahawk, and it has the Cargill side lock, which was really like the original one-hand operation. It's basically, or like a bolster lock. You push that bolster, and that's what locks it. It's pick bone handles. Real pretty knife. And I got it at a real good price, so I had to scoop it up. Nice traditional. I really like traditional knives like that. Another nice traditional here is a Fury Japan. I really like Fury Japan knives from the 1980s. They really had some cool balisong boot knives. I've only ever seen one of these. Like the design on this. It's got an ebony wood. Has an abalone insert there. Kind of looks like an eye. There's a nice swedge on there. It's like a folding boot knife. Still dagger type blade to it. I really like this knife. It's really cool. I've never seen another one like that. Got two Parkers, and this is kind of what I mean about the Parker, collecting the Parkers. Like you have the Chinchilla and the Python. The Chinchilla is just a small composite wood, like a wood, looks like the wood on an old folding table, you know. And I also have seen this with a different handle. And then this one supposedly had a factory defect. It was new old stock. I've seen a few of these. It has a reflective, like a clear, what do you call it, clear gold plastic handle. It's like a mirror type finish to it. And these are all fingerprint magnets. Kind of interesting though. And I like to get them with the boxes because it's just kind of cool. I like the artwork, you know, kind of like the 80s type artwork on anything. Is cool. I got as you may know, I'm a big Winchester fan, especially vintage Winchester. Not really new stuff. This is an old, from the 80s, Olin Winchester, made in Japan. Little double folding knife. Wood grain. Got a locking blade there, and then another almost like a screwdriver with a file on it. It's cool. In my office in my Winchester advertising collection. Got a Gil Hibben double shadow. You know, they still make it, but this is the original model. Probably in the early 90s, around 1993. Metal wrapped pretty nice. Sheath shows wear. I got it so cheap, that's why I bought it. Probably gonna resell that one. And last but not least, a knife that I think is pretty cool, and I've never seen another one. It's a 90s Sarco, the Fireball. It has fire red scales and what they call a ball lock mechanism. Basically, you know, it opens one-handed, and it has definitely an early 90s look to it with the ulcerations, thin plastic handles. It's definitely not a high quality knife, but it's just a collector's item. And the ball lock, you can move that ball in there and you just push that in, and that depresses the liner lock on the inside of the frame, and then you can close it, and then this is solid. But I don't know, I just think it's cool. I think the box is cool too. I like Sarco knives. So that's pretty much it. I think it's a pretty good selection. Maybe one of the best I've had in this series. I don't know how many I've done, but you know, quite a few. So I appreciate you guys watching, especially if you're watching it all the way until now, which is the end. I appreciate that. I appreciate you subscribing, liking my videos, follow me on G+ and Instagram, and stay tuned until the next one. Thanks, guys.